know what time it is? Do y'all really know what time it is? It's time to grab your popcorn, grab your best beverage. It's time to relax your ears. Wrestling season has returned, baby.
Ooh, yeah.
That's right. And it's time for your main event. Coming down the aisle, we have the one, Bobby Wrestles. And he is accompanied by the beautiful Miro. This is the main event. Welcome to the All About Wrestling Podcast.
Wrestlers, wrestling fans, welcome and Merry Christmas Eve. This is the All About Wrestling Podcast. Welcome, folks in the live chat. PFC, I see you in there. ABJ, Fandito. Folks, we have our mystery prize wheel that we're going to do shortly. But I do want to lay out our topics tonight. So first, we're talking about Miro. Has anyone seen Miro? That's the question. And another question attached to that, did he do this to himself? Is this his fault? Whose fault is it? Who's responsible for the situation where Miro's not on TV? We don't see Miro. We don't know what's going on. We have an idea of what's going on. But we're going to talk about it. We're also talking about the Riddle Quagmire. There's been some new interesting developments, folks. And he's been busy. Yes, he has. He's been busy. And we're going to talk about it. But first, I'm going to introduce my beautiful co-host, the one, the only, beautiful Mi Amor.
Hey, everyone. I can actually see myself today, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, stop.
You guys always see me looking to the side because I can't see myself.
She's looking at me.
Now I can, so I'm looking at me.
Mi Amor, what's going on?
Nothing. It's going to be Christmas tomorrow. That came very fast. Time goes by really quick. And I'm ready for the new year, honestly.
Right.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
Interesting.
Yes. And I want to also mention our mystery prize box.
Yes, we're excited.
Yeah, pretty excited about that.
So, are you ready? You're gonna take the helm with this. Mi Amor is gonna start this off.
Okay, so can we roll that mystery prize box?
Let's get it. Let's see if we can do this. All right, boom. Mystery prize wheel. Whoop. What's going on here?
What's going on? So if you guys don't remember, we have a lot of entries from our Icons of Wrestling events.
Right.
So that's pretty exciting. Having new contenders and new fans and just new followers and new people who join our podcast. It's amazing.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, you guys ready? You guys ready in the live chat?
Yeah, they're ready. Let's go. We're ready.
All right, they're ready. Let's do this.
Here we go. Ooh, that's so sweet.
Satan's Girl 150.
Yes. So Satan's Girl is actually a young boy, and he used his mother's.
Is he?
Yes.
Wait.
He used his mother's name.
Oh, yeah.
To get the entry because he didn't have his. He couldn't connect for whatever reason. His network wasn't working.
Must have had an iPhone. No offense.
He said that, not me. That was all him. Yeah, so I'm so excited.
That's
Yay!
What's up. That's what's up. So, prize will Satan's Girl 150. If you're watching this, Mi Amor will get a hold of you so we can get this to you. Do you have the box?
I do have the box.
We want to show that.
So basically, what's
Hold it up. Don't show it.
I'm not going to show what's in it. Jeez, give me a sec. He has no faith in me, guys. Okay, so this is the prize box. And I'm gonna mention this size is gonna vary, okay? So you never know what you're gonna get because he ordered different sizes.
Blame it on me.
It's him. It's the guy. You guys didn't already know.
Guy. Cheers.
Yes. Okay. What are you drinking? Coffee? You sleeping over there?
I'm drinking some coffee. By the way, just real quick,
Is
side
it
note.
spiked at least?
No, side
It's
note.
Christmas Eve. Sorry.
I'm clean. I'm like CM Punk without the drama. Listen, this is I'm not going to expose what kind of coffee this is. We have a new sponsor. We're going to roll that out next month. All right, Myanmar, go ahead.
Oh, you hiding stuff from us, huh? Okay, so anyway, prize box. Okay, this box is going to vary in size. It's going to have all different types of wrestling items in it from different places. So it's not going to be like a specific thing, right? But yeah, this is our mystery prize box. This is going to be every month. So if you, is it $1? I'm horrible at these things. Okay,
yeah,
so it's
$1
$1 to enter, but on certain occasions, like wrestling events that we go to or we sponsor, or just events that we go to, and we have like our prize, like our mystery, like not our mystery wheel, but like our prize wheel. Right. They can, spin the wheel. All you have to do is subscribe and hit the notification bell and just spin the wheel and you get like a prize. It can be one of our brand stickers or a shirt or a poster or a coffee mug or whatever, whatever we have. So that's it. And I'm super excited for Satan's Girl. If you are not on, that is okay. I will contact you. So it's all good.
All right. Good stuff. Folks, you guys in the live chat, stick around because we're gifting memberships. We did this on our last show. And random people got memberships. So I didn't know it was random. So apparently when we gift memberships, it randoms. It sends it out to various people. So if you have one already, it'll skip over and it'll pick people that do not have a channel membership. All right. So these topics are really in depth. I do want to get your input. We will open the phone line shortly. But first, we're going to have our good friend Colin Vassallo, his information from the Wrestling Online Report. Let's do this. All right, folks, this is the Wrestling Online Report, the Woe Report, okay? So we have some news. We have some news that we would like to share with you, and we'll have some information on how to get this newsletter daily in your email. But first, let's go over this. We have a few from the week. All right, first, Icons of Wrestling, we were there. We did see some people that were not there. Devon Dudley. So apparently there's a little bit of a situation with Devon. Could not come to Philly. He was prohibited from entering the building from WWE. And it's not funny because he really wanted to be there, and I really wanted to see him. We saw all of the ECW guys. So apparently he was set to be part of the Battleground Championship Wrestling, a tribute to this extreme event in Philadelphia. He was prevented by appearing. He was prevented from appearing by WWE. And they received a legal letter from WWE for using a variation of the ECW intellectual property. It makes sense. It's a little bit sad, but if you are a business guy or a business woman, it's business. I mean, that's the way it works. I'm from Philly. Mia Moore's from Philly. So you can understand, it's kind of like a sore spot for us because we didn't get to see him. Anthony Blackwell Jr., that has been retracted since it happened, really. He was not at Icons. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. If it has, from what I understand, he could not get a hold of, I guess, Paul Levesque in time. So if it has been retracted, it happened after. All right, so the absolute best of 2022 to air instead of Raw on USA. So if you were expecting a live Raw this upcoming Monday, it's not going to happen. It will be titled The Absolute Best of 2022 and will be a recap episode highlighting WWE's best moments of the year. All right. Here's one that I want to get some reaction on in the live chat. NXT star Idris Info gets a massive WWE logo on his chest. Now, I saw this picture on social media and I was thinking, what is wrong with you? To get a brand of a company on your chest, does that Explain it to me, please, in the live chat. I don't understand it. It was kind of crazy. He's got a tattoo. It's the new logo, the new W of WWE. He claims he's going to be the face of the company sometime in the future. All right, so keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled.
He's muting me and stuff. Jeez.
Sorry, over here.
I think that's kind of whack, honestly. He got a company branded on his chest.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yep.
I think that's really kind of corny. Like, why would you do that to yourself? And what is God gonna think of you?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, guys. You got it. I believe in God. Sorry.
It's Christmas Eve.
But seriously, I mean, you're gonna walk around with WWE on your chest? I don't understand that. That's so weird.
Speaking of Christmas season, Fandito says he asked for a Mi Amor sign 8x10 and Johnny's ass beats. Oh.
Oh, that's funny. It's cute and funny, I guess.
Pretty Fit Collector, I asked for more love and happiness.
Oh, I like that.
Anthony Blackwell Jr. Rumors are Bobby is getting a I love ABJ tattoo. See what you started? See what you started?
Branded on his chest. And every time he lifts his shirt, their girl's gonna go, "Oh, I love BJ's."
Oh my gosh.
Or I love ABJ. They're not getting it; they're giving it, so they can't say that one. But
all right, listen. Rick Ross, he drops the F-bomb on live TV. If you guys saw Dynamite, I thought this was the funniest moment I've seen in a long time. Rick Ross is in a ring with Keith Lee, and they're waiting for Swerve to come down, and he turns around with the microphone, and he says, "You're a big motherfucker."
yeah, look at Bobby can't even say it on. He can't even say it. Yeah, it was kind of weird. I thought it was kind of weird because he wasn't that much bigger than him, and it was just strange. Like, I think the whole scenario was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Because then Big Swerve came out, and then it looked like he didn't even know like how to use the mic. I don't know. It was just a little weird. The Pretty Fig Collector said, when you think about it, people get their team's names tatted on them. And
that's very true.
And I was gonna actually mention that, like, does it count like when you get an ex's name tatted on you, like, and then you're stuck with that name until you either get it covered up or removed? I mean, but my thing is like, it's on his chest, right? And it's huge, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's like
on one of his pectorals. It's like one of his breasts. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, Cena announcement boosts SmackDown ticket sales. So ever since Kevin Owens and he had announced Cena's coming, or Cena popped up and said he's coming, ticket sales increased dramatically. They had around 8,000 seats sold. And then the John Cena announcement happened, and they sold another 4,600 tickets. And then so now there's approximately 12,089 tickets. This has went up since then. But I mean, who would have thought otherwise? Rich Swann extends Impact deal for 2 more years. So if you are a Rich Swann fan, he's got a lot of respect for the company, how they deal with their wrestlers, and he believes that Impact will be making a rise. So this is the Wrestling Online report. And folks, if you want the newsletter, go to wrestling-online.com, right? And you go to newsletter, and then they're going to ask you to join this group. Click on join this group, you enter your email address, and you will have daily emails regarding the hottest news, rumors, and information regarding pro wrestling. So there you have it. Awesome. How you guys doing in the live chat? Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got these topics. I do want to talk about this. Very funny, and I'll explain that in a little bit.
The Pretty Fake Collector said, if I had a WWF tattoo, I would think I'm the shit. Oh my God. That's funny.
Oh boy.
I I mean, like I said, to each his own. You know, people get faces tatted on them, like
Very true.
babies' faces or like girls' lips. Like, come on. I mean, to each his own. I think people have their fair share of getting like whack shit tatted on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe to him it's like, I would think of it as if somebody were to feel that serious about getting something tatted on their pec, then I would think that it would be simplified as a part of their life, a chapter. So maybe that he's proud of that, you know? So he's like, he's the shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, what are you going to say? I mean, it is what it is. That's what he wants. He's grown.
He paid for it. I mean, why not? Okay, so before you're figuring out what you're doing over there, I want to mention Jasmine St. Clair, this beautiful woman right here behind me. Her picture says "Merry MAGA Christmas." It's personally autographed for me. Yeah, beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, folks. I see you guys are receiving some gifts down there. Awesome. All right. The gift is channel membership for 30 days. And if you want to get on this gift, make sure you click that icon up top, the present. And you have to opt in to receive gifts. All right, let's talk about it. We're talking about the whereabouts of Miro. Where is he? Did Miro cancel himself? That's the question. Who's responsible for this? All right, Miro was last seen September at All Out. He's wrestled 4 times in 2022. All right, so reports indicated they had a match planned by Tony Khan at Full Gear. Miro declined. He declined the match. They were trying to come up with ideas for him. All right, so that makes no sense to me. You're trying to come up with ideas for this guy. You can't come up with ideas for Miro? All right. So my question is, did Miro cancel himself? And how many wrestlers can make demands? We've seen this. I have my theories. I have my information. I do have some wrestlers on the top of my tongue that can make demands in their current situation. All right. So did Miro cancel himself? That's the question. Phone lines are open. Amor, what are your thoughts? Out of your eye.
It's itchy. I don't know. Maybe he's taking a little break. I mean, I don't know if he completely canceled himself. I think maybe he's taking a break. So.
Okay.
I mean, we still see his wife, CJ, you know, around social media posing and doing her thing. Maybe he's taking a break. I mean, we all need a break sometimes. You know what I mean?
All right. Did Miro cancel himself? Mr. Spades, I see you. Mr. Spades, I would love to get your thoughts on this topic. If you want to call in, I would love to get your perspective. There's the number. We got somebody calling in. It looks like Kentucky. Let's get it. Who's on the line?
Hello.
Bandito. What's going on?
That's right.
So what are your thoughts about Miro? I mean, did Miro cancel himself? What's your perspective?
I don't think they canceled himself. I think that he heard TK's speech and he remembers all the times that he got bad creative plans, and what TK was probably pitching him was something that he didn't like, and so he said, "No, I don't want to do it." So TK's like, "Okay, go home. I ain't got enough for you." And that's where we're at right now. We ain't got Miro on TV at all. Last time that we've had Miro was All Out, like you said. And before that, he was being the wrestling god, God's favorite wrestler. And after that, he just goes downhill to All Out, and now he's back to downhill.
Okay. Do you think Miro's decision to, I guess, decline storyline, do you think, one, was it professional, and two, does it hurt him?
In a way, it can be professional because sometimes the wrestlers get the story and they see that doesn't fit their character, so they have the chance to say no. Look at Owen Hart. He got the chance to say no. The only reason why he didn't say no a lot was because he didn't want to be known as the no guy. Whereas Miro, you got to think, he's still feeling the effect of what was going on in WWE when he kept on getting back created. So, if it does ruin his career, it's mainly because he doesn't want to put himself out there and get fucked over again.
I hear you. So you think that this did not hurt him? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think that hurt him at all.
Okay. Here's my thoughts on the situation, and I believe there's not too many wrestlers in today's time that can make demands. And we've seen this. We've seen this with Sasha Banks. I do believe that her catty behavior has affected her value in the company of WWE.
Yep.
I can name two people. And folks in the live chat, if you think otherwise, please chime in, whether you want to text or call. Two people I can name off the tip of my tongue that are in a position to make demands. Number one being MJF. We've seen him do this. He left the company. He stated what he wanted.
Well deserved.
Yep. And Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns is in a prime position to hold WWE by the balls. And I say that respectfully.
Exactly.
I say that respectfully. So, I mean, I'm always laughing at me, but she knows I'm speaking the truth.
Hey, it basically is true.
All right, hold on. Stay on the line. We got somebody else calling in here. Let's see who we got. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who's calling?
I'm sorry, I must have the wrong number.
Is this the All About Wrestling podcast?
Oh no, I don't have the wrong number. This is ABJ.
ABJ is in the house.
There he is.
How are you?
The wrong number.
I'm good. I was like, did I call the number? My bad. My bad. So yeah, we're still on the Miro talk, right?
Yes. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah. Dude, they brought him in as a character who was not Over's best friend. It was stupid. Then they brought him in, and he's the ruler of the world. And I'm like, oh, they're actually going to push this dude, and they can make him a big star. Then they leave him again, then bring him back after injury, and he's going to team with Darby. And I'm sorry, being put in a program with Darby is a nightmare. The dude's 38 pounds. He's out there smashing the entire stable by himself with a 125-year-old Sting. If Miro's like, I'm not working with this program, I don't blame him. I think between Miro, probably Andrade, and a few other guys, once they've seen Tripp is back, I think they're just trying to get released. That's just my opinion.
Interesting point.
That's what I think.
I think they want to go home.
I think that's terrible. In my opinion, I think it looks bad, and I mean, other people may see it differently, and this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see. We got somebody else in here. Hold on. See if we can get somebody else in here. Let me see. Hello. All About Wrestling podcast. It sounds like Mind of AK. Is that you?
That is me. What's going on, everybody?
Pittsburgh. Introduce you to Anthony Blackwell Jr. and Fandito. They're in here as well.
That's right.
What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much.
ABJ, you still there?
So we're on. Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're talking about this situation with Miro. Clearly, something's going on, and the question is to all of you guys, who's to blame? Is it Miro? Is it Tony Khan? Is it both of them, or is it neither of them?
Yeah. Well, one more thing I wanted to add, and then I'll let these guys jump in because I don't want to take up too much time. But
Okay.
I do have some people I talk to that are backstage and have been backstage that are privy to some things backstage. And the biggest thing right now is Tony Khan's the only one booking. He's the only one in charge of creative. He's not really asking anyone much for help. The only people who are getting most of the booking are the people who are politicking, who are in his office, who are talking to him on the regular. And it clearly shows on TV. He's looking for 5 people on the roster total, and everybody else is kind of getting thrown to the wayside. And most of their stories right now, at least in my opinion, are not sticking. I think Miro has an opportunity to do stuff, but I think AEW also has a problem where they can't book big guys because everybody else on their rosters, 5'8" and 112 pounds, and you bring a Miro in, you bring a Wardlow in, you bring a Brian Cage in, and they just visually look like monsters compared to everybody, and they don't know how to book the big guy versus everybody else. I just think Miro is a bad fit for AEW.
Very, very interesting point. Very interesting point. And thanks for calling in. ABJ, he has a podcast. If you want to share that for our viewers.
Yeah, anywhere you find podcasts, ABJ Podcast, it's audio and video, also on YouTube. If you just search Anthony Blackwell Jr. on YouTube, you'll find my channel. I cover all wrestling. I collaborate with tons of creators, that crazy tantalizing Tony, who goes to all the places and screams like a nut, as well as Anthony Graves. So I do a lot with them. Hopefully be doing some stuff with the All About Wrestling podcast very soon because I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then I have some movie review stuff coming up soon, horror movie review, craft beer reviews. So there's a lot more coming to the channel. But most of the ABJ podcast just interviews with people. A lot of it's wrestling based, but I do have some other things on there like musicians and like directors and stuff like that. It's mostly independent people.
And there's his sticker behind me, folks. Very, very great podcast. Make sure you check them out on YouTube as well. And if you go to our friends section on our show, you can actually subscribe. So make sure you subscribe to Anthony Blackwell Jr. He's on there like almost every day and on other people's podcasts as well. So thanks for coming in. Thanks for calling in.
Trying to show the love and grow everybody. Thank you for having me. And everyone have a great holiday. Stay safe. Be careful out there.
Appreciate you.
PA, it's like an ice box out here.
Absolutely. Take care.
Yes, it is.
All right, Mana Vacay. What are your thoughts to this situation?
All right. So here is my thoughts, and this is the one thing I want to touch on. I don't know if it got brought up yet. He just signed a massive extension, right, until 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct?
Yes.
So imagine you sign an extension. You're in Tony Khan's office. He says, hey, I want you to be one of my guys for the long term. I want you here. I want you here with Moxley. I want you here with Darby. I want you here with, well, at the time, I'm sure he bet you Cody and the Bucks. You're one of my guys. Can you lock in and be here for the next 4 years? Miro says yes. Now, obviously, he's not signing on a dotted line to just be part of the roster just for a name. He wants to be in the position like an MJF, like a Moxley, how everyone thought Moxley carried the company last summer. Let's be honest, he absolutely did, as far as that. And then be told your first programs out the gate is how what ABJ just brought up. You're going to be paired with Darby. You're going to lose that All Out and the other programs. I feel the man is cursed. I just don't know how else to say it. He had gum at the WWE. Rusev Day, no one can argue, was the largest self-growing program that WWE had outside of the Yes Movement. Vince says, no, I don't want this. Literally, if you watch the WrestleMania, the Fatal 4 with the United States title, the loudest that crowd was that night outside of the main card was when Rusev, everyone thought Rusev was going to win the U.S. title, and then we get Jinder Mahal goes over. I mean, that's, again, another tip why we don't need Vince back in power anymore. But anyway, I just feel the man is cursed. I don't know if there's something in his workload that rubs people the wrong way, or if it's like his size, they feel he would be more of a just someone that gets buried to people, or if they use him to put other people over. I don't know what it is, but this isn't, I don't believe, just an AEW problem.
Right.
This goes back to WWE. This also goes back a little bit to NXT before he even got called up. To touch on with Tony, like the other person said, I do believe Tony at this moment has way too many toys in his toy chest. It doesn't know how to diversify and bring other ones out to play and get some spotlight. You know, I think that's been a problem since way before CM Punk got there. And I believe, I don't know if Tony Khan just doesn't see Miro carrying the flag in the top part of the card. But my argument would be, if you don't see him at the top of the card, you don't see him growing your brand, and you literally send him home, what was the point of signing him for that long of an extension if you really didn't feel like he would bring value to your company. That's the only argument that I have.
So Tony Khan's to blame, yes? Is that what you're saying?
I do believe he's to blame, but I also do believe that there is something else that's causing Miro to get this type of booking and this kind of treatment. I'm not saying it's on him specifically. In current events, I'll say, yeah, it's Tony. Tony and him need to have a sit down. If they don't believe it's going to work, don't let that man sit there for 4 years and not be utilized.
Okay, very good. Very good. Folks in the live chat, who's to blame? If you think it's Tony Khan, press 1. If you think it's Miro, press 2. And if you think it's nobody, press 0. Show us these numbers. Also, there's a poll up top. We're asking about custom tees, folks. What are your thoughts about custom tees? Do you love them? Do you like them?
I love custom tees.
All right, so vote, please, because there's a chance we may be expanding. We may be
Yeah.
Oh my God,
expanding.
Bobby, I heard you the first 2 times. He was trying to cut me on my donut break.
You know. All right,
Donut
folks.
was so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys know that I work out. Somebody's calling in.
All right, hold on. Let's see who we got here. All About Wrestling Podcast. Who we got? Hello.
All About Wrestling Podcast. Wrong number again?
Okay.
Okay.
Call back. If you're trying to call in, call back, please. All right. The other topic that I do want to discuss, folks, the Quagmire of Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle, man. If you're unaware, there's some serious stuff going on. All right, and we're gonna get into that shortly. Pretty Fit Collector, she loves custom tees. Anthony Blackwell Jr. says Tony Khan is hoarding talent. All right, guys. Well, I got you on the line. Here we go. All About Wrestling Podcast. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, who's calling?
Hi, it's your girl, Pretty Fit, in the building.
Pretty Fit Collector
Snap.
from the West Coast. How are you?
West Coast. I am doing great. How are you guys? Merry Christmas Eve.
Pretty good.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas
I tried
Eve.
calling a little bit ago and I couldn't get through, so that was me.
Okay.
Okay. Well, listen, since you called, and if you notice, guys, in the live chat, we're creating showrunners for our callers. So we're going to make one up for you. So when you call in the future, you'll have it pop up on the screen so everybody knows who's calling and who we're speaking with.
Nice. That's awesome. Love that.
Yes, and before everybody hangs up and stuff, everyone, I want you, whoever's on the line right now, just let us know. Give us your social media platform, whatever platforms you have, just to shout you guys out so everyone knows where to find you.
Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah, as well as a
I
banner.
don't know if are we still talking about Miro or are we?
Yeah. So 2 topics, whichever one you want to talk about, you're free to jump in.
Well, I was just going to touch on the Miro subject. I really don't feel like it's anybody's fault. I think I'm just kind of looking at it from a business standpoint. I know someone mentioned it could maybe be something, that he's doing in the back, or maybe, Tony Khan's overbooking. But if we think about WWE and, his, what he did there and how he left and everything else, I feel like it's just more of repetition. I feel like, is he a good wrestler? Yes, he's a great wrestler, but at the same time, I feel like he has to humble himself. I feel like you can't just, dip off at the sign of, you're not getting TV time or you're not getting play time or you don't like something. I think that, Tony Khan has a lot on his plate. There's a lot of wrestlers that he brings in, and not that I'm sitting here siding with the guy or anything like that, but
It sounds like you are siding with him, honestly.
No, I don't even really care for Miro.
No.
Or Tony Khan at that. But I just feel like, something is going on both ends, and maybe no one is to blame. But maybe, you know, like I said, Miro just needs to like humble himself too and just stick it out and, you know, try different things. You know, who knows? Maybe him, you know, with Darby could have been something great. Who knows? We don't know now because it never happened. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let me ask you guys.
I think Miro was a little bit more valuable, and this is just my personal opinion. I think he was more valuable when he was with his wife as a team. I love seeing them together. I think a lot of people love seeing couples together. So I really liked it a lot. Now that I see him alone, I have to say AEW has brought out a lot of his potential. So for him to be that way, I understand what you're saying as well. But you know, like I said, maybe he needs a break. Like maybe he is planning something. So
Yeah, and a break is always good. You know, rebrand and regroup. And I feel like we all need that, whether it's, you know, him and his wrestling or just in life in general. Maybe he's plateaued for himself, and he's, you know, gonna try to do something else. And you know, I'm here for it. I feel like you said, you know, when he was with his wife, I feel like it made for great television. You know, she's great eye candy. They brought so much energy, and I feel like that's why that, you know, Rusev Day was so big, because it was just a power couple and everybody loved it. But now you have him on his own and he has to showcase his, you know, his talent. It's not no more about the glitz and the glam and, you know, the entrances. It's about your wrestling.
yeah,
And if it's not, and for me personally, like, I feel like, for instance, I compare it almost like you go viral. You're up top, you know, and then you're not viral no more. You're always seeking that high. And I feel like maybe he's still seeking that high from when he was on top, and because he can't find it or because it's not there, it's really hard for him to process that, you know. And now he's maybe, I don't know if he's, I'm not saying he's second guessing himself or anything like that. For all we know, he could be in a great headspace and things could be good. But I feel like maybe that's just kind of like that empty feeling that he's still searching for, you know. And maybe he's not getting it here. Maybe he needs to go and find it somewhere else, which would be great. You know, I'm all for seeing him showcase his talent, you know, elsewhere if AEW isn't, you know, the place for him.
So you're
I wonder if it's a little bit just to touch on that. You know, I guess the expectation is when you go to AEW and you transition from WWE, the world is essentially your oyster a little bit, right? You know, so for instance, Jericho was the very first champion of the brand. He basically was looked at as the brand for a while until a lot of the more talent started to develop in the brand. Moxley came in, instant hot streak. You know, like I stated a few moments ago, he literally carried not just the show, but the company on his shoulders after the CM Punk fallout. So I guess my question to everybody, just to get perspective, do you think he was expecting too much out of the gate? Not to ask an obvious question, but do you think his expectations were substantially higher than another talent he was coming into AEW right out of the gate? Or do you feel he was looking at this as an opportunity to rebrand himself, build himself back up, and then eventually he would be where MJF or Moxley is? And because it's not happening in his timetable, potentially, it's causing a lot of, not conflict, it's probably not the right word, but discrepancies between him and Tony Khan and whoever else is in charge.
I would have to say so. I think that I think that is.
okay, guys, I'm gonna I'll be right back. So I'll just put you over to Bobby for a second.
all right. So I think that I don't know. It sounds like Pretty Fit Collector. You're saying that there's, as far as being a business, the professional aspect of it, he doesn't have a right to. It's a business, so at some point you have to have respect. Is that what you're saying? Just before I. Hello?
I agree.
Okay. So here's my thing. So I agree. I feel like it's a business. I feel like no matter what he thought he was going to get, if you sign a dotted line, you're at the mercy of the booker. And the booker is Tony Khan. So out of being professional, I think you have an obligation to do what you're expected to do. And in my opinion, I really believe that Miro's storyline, his character, the way that they had it, was awesome. It was awesome. He's speaking to the God, and I thought it was great. And then if you would have had CJ Perry pop up at some point, and I thought it was good. But that's just my opinion.
That's my opinion too.
Yeah. Are you guys familiar with the whole situation with Matt Riddle? His latest.
I am.
All right, so let's.
I am not.
All right, let me lay this out for you. I'm gonna lay this out. So Matt Riddle. So apparently it never stops. It never stops. There's more developments coming through. So apparently we've seen him on social media. And Pretty Fig, if you want to call back in, you're welcome to. So situation with him and Misha Montana, adult film star. We saw him on social media kissing. Now another adult film star comes out. She pops up, and she's claiming that Riddle was cheating on her. She's been seeing him for 6 months, and he told her he loved her. This is Jordan Max. Jordan Max is an adult film star. Not that that's any issue. I'm not saying that at all. But we know he was recently allegedly suspended and headed to rehab. He was popped up on social media kissing an adult film star. Now another adult film star comes out of the works. And then recently, a woman by the name of Daniela Petro claims that she was sexually assaulted by Matt Riddle. So there's a bit of a quagmire with Matt Riddle right now.
Jesus.
I'm back. That's what I was saying. I was like, gosh, I was like, okay, so first of all, could this be hashtag Me Too movement?
Man.
That Quagmire.
So Quagmire is the optimal word. So wait, so this is the second one he's had since he's been with the company, right? Second violation and second assault.
Yes.
I guess both of them. Second assault accusation and second. Wow.
Yep.
It sounds like he has a problem, but did it really happen? Is there evidence, and do we really need evidence? I mean, in these days,
these are allegations, folks.
And yeah, that's pretty strange. That's crazy. My thing is like, he just got out of rehab, so there's still things that are coming out. Like, you're dating multiple women.
Great, good looking woman, by the way. If I must insert that, let me pop up a graphic. Let's see who we're dealing with. Who's fighting? Who's feuding? I'm going to show you right now. All right. Let's see if I can put this up here.
It could be a lie.
All right. So there we go.
Okay, so that one looks like.
She got Misha Montana, who was seen.
This one looks like what's that wrestler's name from Jersey? No, she's not from Jersey, is she?
Carmella.
Liv Morgan.
Carmella.
She looks like a young
Carmella.
I don't know about the other one, but.
All right, so yeah, Misha Montana was seen kissing him on social media. Jordan Max over here pops up and says, "Hey."
So you're telling me, hold on, one of the girls knew he was in a relationship, or situationship, whatever they want to call it.
So Misha Montana's claiming that, she's claiming that he wasn't in a committed relationship, so you can't say he was cheating.
So she knew clearly that he was in a relationship.
I don't know. I don't know her perspective on the statement.
She might have knew, okay, but women don't really care.
She could have meant that her and him wasn't in a committed relationship, so it's not cheating, or
maybe they have an understanding.
I don't know, but these are the allegations that were stated.
My thing is if you're getting these beautiful women, why are you assaulting women? Why are you allegedly?
Exactly.
Why are you allegedly assaulting women? I don't understand that. That's a question mark for me.
So it could be a lie.
It could be a lie. However, under the influence, when people drink, they kind of act a little crazy sometimes.
These are allegations. We do not know. We do not know if this in fact happened. This is what she claims.
These are allegations,
right,
a billion times over. However, he did just get out of rehab too. So, hello, could this have been an act of under the influence of something? I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it from all aspects. Like, I don't.
Well, when it comes to that, whether someone's under the influence or not, it doesn't really
make it right.
Take away.
Right.
It doesn't make it right at all. But to go back to what I said a couple weeks ago, this is a clear example that there are darker issues that he's facing.
All right, hold on. We got
Above and beyond.
agree.
I have a trust
ABJ.
problem.
ABJ,
So-
We're back. I'm sorry.
you gotta touch on
I
this
don't know if
topic.
you're aware of this. Riddle trained in the Northeast area and is from the Jersey area. Wrestled a lot in Lancaster, so he's from our backyard. Once again, this is all speculation, rumors, and innuendo.
Right.
But back when the speaking out movement happened, he was a big part of this. If you remember going back, one of the women say that during the times in the independent scene, he was married and he made advances at her while they were in the car driving to other shows.
Now you're talking about Candy Cartwright. Candy Cartwright?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he kept asking for, we'll just say oral to be, I guess, to be more not graphic. And she kept denying it because there was a car full of people. They were all sleeping. He kept pursuing, pushing to the point where she felt uncomfortable enough that he wasn't going to stop. So she went along with it to get it done, and he would leave her alone. He would then take pictures and he would take photos of her and other people and send them to his wife, which would led to his wife's divorce because he was kind of throwing it into his wife's face that he was, because she leaked all that too. His wife leaked all the texts he was sending to her of all the girls he was banging while he was married. So this has been an ongoing thing for Matt Riddle.
This was all on the independents, right?
Independence and early WWE, yeah.
Okay. So remember all of that. This was on the independents. This is when he was about to come into NXT. And the one thing I want to say,
he was in NXT as well, because his wife divorced him maybe a year or two ago.
So no, but what I'm stating was this is a situation where WWE found this out after. So not to really compare it to Enzo's situation to this, because I know a lot of people in the IWC wanted to compare the two. WWE was fully aware of this before he signed and while he was in development with NXT. So they kind of went with it because they was under the perception, innocent until proven guilty. They let it, develop, and outside of the lawsuit, I believe there was a civil suit, correct me if I'm wrong, between him and his ex-wife. It kind of, that's where it ended out. They have to do something now. Now, I'm not stating that he has to be fired.
His wife happened when he was on main roster because he had his name dropped from him and Austin Theory were both main roster when all the speaking out stuff came out. Because if you remember, they both went from Austin Theory and Matt Riddle to just Riddle and Theory.
Just Riddle and Theory, yeah.
Because Vince's genius old man brain said, well, if we get rid of their name and they Google them, they won't find out about it. This just goes back to WWE saying, if they like you, you're fine. If they don't, you're gone.
Right.
It's clearly favoritism because this dude is out here doing crazy things, having all these accusations.
Allegedly.
What's his name? The allegedly, the dude from NXT, the one with the little Irish kid with the really white, creamy skin, and got his whole chest tattooed. He admitted to being drunk at a party and possibly making a move on a girl unintentionally drunk. He was fired the next day, and he actually came clean. He's like, if I did that drunk, I apologize. Matt Riddle allegedly has 15 other allegations, text messages coming out, a divorce, all this stuff now even more coming out. He's not getting anything. His first failed drug test wasn't even reported to the company. The second one was. Now they get rid of the 3-strike policy to say, 3 strikes and you're not fired anymore. But hey, just keep in mind, wrestling fans, you can do drugs, you can do whatever you want to women, but if a woman shows her nipple, she's fired.
How about that? How about that? And you're referring to the Mandy Rose
exactly.
OnlyFans or whatever, fan time or whatever it is.
Hold on. Free the nipple, first of all, because first of all, women feed their babies with the nipple, so.
It just clearly shows WWE saying, do as I say, not as I do. Yeah.
My gosh.
The thing with Matt Riddle, they have to do something. Now, I'm not stating this for the obvious, but, the company is being ran by, yes, it could be seen as a 2-person power trip, but Stephanie has been an advocate for women's development, women empowerment, essentially since she got into higher positioning with the company. You can't have someone like this on your payroll. No, I'm not stating, let me clarify, it's all allegations, but
if this is true,
there has to be They have to make some form of a statement. Under my regime, I'm not my dad. Anything like this is how it's going to be dealt with. In my opinion, I wouldn't expect to see. Now, if this was me running the company, I wouldn't want Matt Riddle on any of my programming until at the very earliest SummerSlam. You go to rehab, you get all of your personal matters figured out, you go to the appropriate therapy, you do the appropriate programs to show us that you actually care, that you're here, and you value anyone, and maybe we'll have you come back by SummerSlam time. Forget Mania, forget the Royal Rumble. You have a lot on your plate that you're not addressing. You can't be here right now and do your job at the appropriate level. Now, to touch on the Mandy Rose.
Or they could just say, you're fired. Because, like, first of all,
absolutely.
how can you even trust a man like this in a locker room full of beautiful women? I mean, it's just kind of like, first of all, we know clearly he doesn't respect women. And second of all, could you trust him to be around them without making them feel uncomfortable? I mean,
no. And the reason I was stating that was, the reason I was stating that was because of the third strike rule that they got rid of. And the preface is that I believe I read a report, someone could correct me if I'm wrong. They stated that until further notice, he's indefinitely suspended. They didn't announce it publicly. Like, they didn't even really announce Mandy Rose was fired, which I still found insulting. But I guess he's indefinitely suspended. If you're going to leave him that way, don't bring him back for a major program. But
this,
I
but
agree.
it also goes to, they literally
more.
put T-shirts of "I'm Matt Riddle, I'm a drug, I like to do drugs," so, and then also used his wife's divorce in an angle not too long ago. So this is WWE also saying, "Cool, we're going to condone it by putting it in a story and know that you're a big party." I know they just sell the weed shirt, but they're insinuating that he's a big stoner, that he has a giant mushroom tattooed on him. You know what I mean? Like, so he's into that, and they're marketing him as a character to be that. But then he does it, and he's now punished, and then on top of it, he has all these allegations with women, and all of this is kind of like, well, you know what, go home, we'll take care of it, we'll figure it out. But once again, I know it's apples and oranges, but it's under the same regime, same umbrella. This girl goes and makes money, Mandy Rose, on her own, selling her body for the exact same thing you've been telling her to do the entire time on the WB roster, saying be sexy, market yourself. Hey, Mandy, can you send us a naked picture of you with some titles covering your body?
And we'll put it on our Instagram,
but if you do it, you're fired.
Okay, not to mention, like, how many women have been wrestling and their shirt or their stuff goes up from wrestling? Come on. How many times we're talking about wrestling? We're talking about a sexy sport, okay? We're just talking about that because a lot of men watch wrestling to watch the women wrestle. It just is what it is. I mean, that's the facts, right? So
a lot of men like watching wrestling to watch men in their underwear. Let's be honest.
To each his own.
But so hypocritical too.
No, but like I'm saying, like you got it is. Hold on, let me finish this for a second. Come on, when we're watching wrestling, women dress up. Okay, so it's similar to lingerie, and they wrestle. They look sexy in certain moves. Oh, come on, how sexist is that? Like, you're gonna tell me you're gonna fire a woman over showing a nipple? Are you kidding me? I could see if she was like showing her, vagina, but she's showing a nipple. Come on.
I've seen some footage. She got close.
I mean,
but regardless, I don't care if she's
obviously
got nice nipples having sex on her.
Obviously, they're not paying her enough that she needs to go to OnlyFans and get some more money.
Exactly.
All right, hold on. This is hypocrisy at its best. Hypocrisy at its best. You got Pretty Fit Collector. She just posted the Attitude Era. She's talking about Sable. We're talking about China. And you're talking about a situation with Mandy Rose.
Corey Wilson.
Right. So, folks, while we're on this topic, and I do want to lay this out, while we're on this topic, and I'm going to put Mi Amor on the spot. Okay? Mi Amor, and this is our last topic. She's starting an OnlyFans.
Hell yeah.
I started an OnlyFans account, and I already have some subscribers, so hey y'all.
Hell yeah. Get that money.
Yes, Bobby's blushing over there. He doesn't know where
Yo,
to put
Bobby.
his face.
Get your nose.
Where did you go?
I'll drop something.
I think I'll go elbow drop Bobby Dito.
The person I know maybe will share your link on her wall to maybe send some people over to you.
Oh,
Yes,
I will
ABJ.
return the favor. Nice. So be patient with my content, guys, because you guys know I'm like a juggler.
Oh gosh.
That's right.
Oh my God. Yeah. Pretty Fit Collector.
And that's what I go back to as well as people see people make that kind of content and automatically gets stigmatized as, oh, you're better than that. Why are you stooping to that? Like,
But
no, like
so first of all, I want
There's nothing wrong
to
with
say
it.
this: as a woman, there is nothing wrong with it. If you're confident with yourself
Yeah,
and you know yourself, and you know,
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, I am a mother. Like I work hard to be sexy. It is what it is, and my man is okay with it. So why not?
yeah,
So-
exactly. The person I know, wink, wink, hint, hint, that makes content, since doing it, her confidence has gone through the roof. She feels so good about herself. She enjoys, like, it's been amazing for her self-esteem and everything about it. It's been fantastic, and I just hate the fact that it gets stigmatized as being negative. It's gross.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And if people want to see it, they want to see it because they're not going to be there for no reason.
Damn straight.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong
Like,
with it.
it's like modern day porn. I mean, whatever.
Hey, true. And nothing wrong with it.
Everyone has different takes of OnlyFans too. Like when it comes to what type of content you put out.
Yeah,
Right.
you can
Some
make it
people
what
just
you want.
take bikini and lingerie shots. Some people get a little spicier. You know, it all depends what your comfort level is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
All right. So folks, last words, last comments. Thanks for tuning in, Amor. Do you want to share any information about your account?
So I believe it's by invitation only. But if you follow me on my personal page, it's on my link. It's in the link in the bio. Just, click the link.
Pretty Fit Collector says, "Get your money, boo."
Yeah, you already know it. And I feel like maybe I'm going to have
straight.
some
Get that hustle, girl.
collaborations soon. So keep it locked.
Yeah, keep it locked, guys.
Get that hustle.
Gonna get a little spicy up in here.
Person I know said after they messaged you, said if she wants to collaborate, I'm down. So I'm just putting it out there.
Get that hustle.
Oh, snap.
Folks, happy holidays to all of you. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, man.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, congrats to Satan's Girl 150 and
I'm gonna get this.
to everybody that got gifted memberships.
And I think Fandito, since you're one of my biggest fans, I'm gonna send you a free subscription for my OnlyFans account.
Look at
Oh,
that. Killing it.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
oh.
Get
I
that
have a
hustle.
joke, but I don't know if it'll go over on the show, so I'll keep it to myself.
Ah.
Let's say someone's dreaming of a white Christmas now with that free subscription.
Oh, nice.
Talk about Wrestling Now podcast.
Bone breaking action. My grandma always
That's my
said.
boy, my amigo.
He said my grandma always said Batista was sexy and that he had a big one because you could see the bulge in his little.
I mean,
tights.
Melina said that.
Oh my
Melina
god!
did say that Batista had a
I
big
like
one.
that one.
Wow.
All right, folks. Look, thanks for tuning in. We will be
Yes, I
back.
do know what I'm talking about.
We got some surprises for
Y'all are not
January.
in private to the conversation.
We got some surprises for January, folks. We have Chop cards. They're gonna be hooking up with us. We're talking about trading cards that you can make for your podcast for wrestlers, and we're also talking about getting St. Jasmine. What is it?
Jasmine St. Clair.
Get her on the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hell
reach out to
yeah.
her. Yes, she's great. She is great. And I wish I could take that picture off my wall so I could just put it in your face.
Oh gosh. All right, folks.
But I'm not gonna mess it up. I'm gonna leave her right there.
All right,
Thank you
thanks
all
for
for having
tuning
me
in,
again. I
y'all.
appreciate you.
Absolutely,
I'll let
absolutely.
y'all go.
Can't wait to go in
Merry
2023 with you guys.
Woo!
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you
Merry
all.
Christmas.
Happy holidays,
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays and a happy new year.